Hi everyone, I've got a new book to show you today. This is a book that I actually cut the pieces for and did some hand piecing with my Wishblade machine. It's similar to the Cricut, except for that you can freehand cut things that you draw or scan images from your computer or cut type font from the fonts you have on your computer. So it's a really great machine. I really have loved using mine over the last few years. I've had it for a long time. This book, Peter Pan, I created for my boys. I have not filled it with pictures yet, but I wanted to show it to you anyways. It's going to have pictures of my boys, so it's a Peter Pan book. It says, "I'll never grow up." The Peter Pan image, I don't know if you can tell if I zoom in, that it is pieced together. I put the cloud here on some foam tape to make it dimensional, and I added some stickles here to the side to make it look like, you know, he's in the sky. He is distressed and detailed, but the cloud here is just paper torn by hand, and then there's a little chipboard shape here behind the sign that says, "I'll never grow up." So here's my Peter Pan book, and I'm going to have to show you one page at a time because of the size, but hopefully you can see this "You Can Fly" page. This is a flap. That is just some word art done on the computer, and I've got a little part of the movie here that it says, "All it takes is faith and trust and a little bit of pixie dust." So I'll put some journaling under here, and this little image right here is actually meant to close shut like this. These are some quick cut pieces and a couple of gold brads, some sparkly embroidery floss that I used to create that. But if you unwrap it, it's supposed to look like a chest, and you can put some more pictures behind here. So that's this side of the page. I just used some eyelets on the ribbon here to give it that trunk-like look. Now on this side, it says Neverland there, and I have some pirate paper. I believe it's Bo Bunny pirate paper. And what I did, if you can see here on the edges of the paper, is I actually lit it on fire and blew it out when it started to look about how I wanted it to, that kind of aged look. The crunchy part I just brushed off and inked it a little bit with some brown ink, so it had that old pirate map look that I was looking for. A little photo mat there, and in here I put an index card for some journaling because my writing is not the straightest when I go to journal, so I just gave myself some lines there, and I'm going to put a picture right there. Now on this side, put this side back in focus. This side says Lost Boys. This other side says the adventure part. So I just have a picture. I have got a great picture of the two of my boys together that I'm going to put there. And then over here I'm probably going to put some pictures of them with their friends. And so these little tags just pull out, and I can probably put a couple pictures and some journaling on those. Now these two pages, these both have paper piecing on them. This one I did in the shape of a pirate ship. There's some Great Boat Bunny paper that was out that looked like wood flooring, and so I used that for my plank. I just typed that out on the computer, and again, this is on some foam tape to give it that 3D look. And I just wrapped some twine around the mast there to make it look real. On this side, I'm really proud of him. This is actually the first shape I've ever cut out on my Wishblade, and he turned out fantastic. I knew I loved my machine as soon as he turned out exactly like I wanted him to. Some Google eyes there, a lot of pen detailing that I added myself, and then it just says here on some torn paper, "Have you seen my friend Captain Hook?" And the next two pages are about the Indian village that Peter Pan goes to. This teepee was just made out of some basil wrapped around some popsicle sticks. I wanted some more dimension in there, so I thought that looked pretty close to a teepee. And I used the glass baubles here to make a little fire pit. And on this side, I just printed this off of the computer. I looked up totem poles, and this was one that had some of the colors that I liked. And so I printed that off and just glued it to the front. And then I'll have room for some journaling and pictures in there. It just says A Mighty Warrior. And on this other side, just to continue along with the theme, I put a drum piece from my Quick Cuts die cuts, and this is a Sizzix piece right here, and I did it on chipboard as well for the dimension. So a couple more pictures, and I'll put some kind of journaling there. And on my last two pages, I used, I believe it's Imagineus pirate set. It might even be Rusty Pickle, actually. I'll look it up and put the information in. But it's a Pirate's Life for Me that I stamped. Put a little mat here and some gold coins that I bought at my local fabric store. And they actually come on holes. It's some kind of a trim for fabric, so the holes were already there. Another stamp that I just stamped and then raised on some foam tape there of that treasure chest. And on this side, my last piece that I did with my Wishblade was Captain Hook. And I kept this pretty simple because I wanted him to be the focus, but there's another stamp down here from that same set of this compass, I think is what it is. So that's my Peter Pan book. I hope that you enjoyed looking at it. This book is really special to me. It's kind of one of the first pieces that I ever started doing some paper piecing with. I did it as a class, and it was a fun class, but a lot of work. So I'm not offering it as a class or a kit anymore, but I just wanted to share it with you. And hope that you have some boys that you can maybe do a similar style book for. It's a large size album, but I've really enjoyed having it. Look forward to putting all my pictures in soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.